Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. It'll be the Wizards off the tip. Pass to Buck. Left side, Butler. Now Arenas. Outside, Wall. Hayes with it. Shot clock at 6. Goes up with a strike. And he gets it to go. Wizards on D. Rice. Pass to Morning. Outside, Walker. Now, here is Morning. Back to Walker. Here's Rice. It's blocked. And he gets it back. And he gets it to go. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Now let's go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to catch up with head coach Scott Brooks. Pass to Buck. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
Back to Morning. Rice. Here's Walker. Gives him the lead pass. Morning. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. This is his first free throw of the game. That free throw good for Morning. No good on the second free throw. Johnson down low. Pass to Morning. Shot clock at 5. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. Here's Wall. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Butler knocks down the three ball. 5 points in the game.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Walker with it. Ice. Blocked. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Wall. Right side, Wall. 11 feet away. And Washington again with the bucket.
4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
Now here's Walker. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Morning's shot is good. Here's Walker. There's the screen. And Jones over to help. Outside Butler. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
5 of 5 to start the game, and it might be the second quarter before they miss. The way they're knocking these shots down, boy, everything's pure.
Morning inside. Lays it up and banks it in. He has 5. Now Wall. Pass to Arenas. Now Hayes. Johnson on him. Hayes in the post. Outside, Wall. Hayes, 5 to shoot. From outside the arc. Wall's shot is off. Here comes Jones. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession.
Boy, they couldn't hook up there on what's really a pretty basic pass.
Outside, Wall. Left side, Wall. And here's Hayes. Back to Arenas. Left side, Arenas. Puts it up from 15. There's the block. Here's Walker. Back to Jones. Pass to Mourning. Now Walker. Here's the three. Good.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
The Wizards with the lead. Now Butler. Now Arenas. Hayes with it. Back to Arenas. And here's Hayes. Second shot opportunity. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two.
Arenas.
Free throw good. Arenas. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Now Mourning. 5 points in the game. Walker with it. Now here's Mourning. Eddie Jones on the wing. Pass to Johnson. Here's Walker. The fader. Here's Walker.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Hayes down low. Walls shot is off. And here we go with Kemba Walker. Back to Mourning. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And the basket good. 5 points in the game.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
Now Arenas. Hayes with it. Hayes backing down. Outside for Arenas. Unset. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
And here's Jones. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Here's Wall. Now here's Hayes. Hayes backing down. Turn around Jay. And the shot is good. Jones with it. Pass to Mourning. Now Walker. And stolen by Arenas. Jumps up. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force. Here's Walker. He's got 5. Pass to Johnson. Johnson left side. And he makes good on his first shot of the game. Here's Arenas. Butler with the ball. Right side Wall. Buries the long-range jumper. 5 points in the game.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Outside, Walker. Now here's Jones. Now here's Jones. Just 5 to shoot. And he gets it to go. Here's Wall. Pass to Butler. Now here's Hayes. And it's off from three-point range. Now Walker. Here's Jones. 5 on the clock. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. He has 6.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
And here's Wall. He has 5. Pass to Arenas. Now Butler. There's the triple. Walker with the rebound. And here is Mourning. Mourning's shot is good.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Here's Wall. Back to Butler. Three-pointer. It's all in by Larry Johnson. Here comes Walker. 5 points in the game. Pass to Mourning. Working on Hayes. Fades away. Mourning can't make it work.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that low.
Arenas with the bucket.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. Wallace outside. Bogues. Six on the shot clock. Here's Curry. Nice shot from the wing. Now here is Monroe. Pass to Jamison. And here is Beal. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Curry with it. 6 to shoot. Tries to save it, and that goes out of bounds. Clock at 4. Bogues with it. Bogues good. And here is Monroe. Pass to Beal. This one for 3. Good. And so here's the home team. 1 second left. Bogues with it. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Wizards out front. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards? Pass to Curry. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
And also, he catches a lot of defenders off balance, Steve, with his ability to pull up and drain shots off the bounce. It's a very effective skill to have.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Here's Monroe. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Back to Weber. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw missing. So we can't get either to fall. Now here's Curry. Pass to Bogues. Back to Curry. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by the Wizards. Here's Monroe. Now here's Beal. Releases. Drops one in from the wing. He has 5. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Now here's Bo. Back to Brown. Pass to Curry. Just 5 on the clock. Wallace outside. Tries a 3. But they'll get another chance. Now Bowles. Now Wallace. Outside Curry. From deep three-point range. And good on the basket. Book it.
It was a slow start for him. But he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
Washington calls timeout. And the Wizards making a change here. Chenier. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Hughes. And he gets it to go. Now Bogues. Pass to Curry. Back to Bogues. Here's Gill. Clock at 6. A jump hook. Here's Gill. That one wide left. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Back to Monroe. Chenier. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Whether by design or accident, that was a very high-quality shot they created.
Pass to Gill. Curry with it. Wallace left side. Uncovered. That's good. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And here is Monroe. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Hughes. 6 to shoot. Chenier. Here's Weber. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Pass to Gill. Back to Bogues. Here's Gill. Bogues with it. Here's Curry. Drains the three-pointer. 11 points in the game.
They've done a really good job of knocking down their long-distance shots here in the second quarter. And they're shooting just above 40% from downtown. That's outstanding.
Back to Monroe. Pass to Jamison. Monroe with it. Now here is Monroe. Pulls up on the wing. Good. He hits the jump shot. Now here's Bogues. Outside Curry. Here's Gill. Here's Gill. With the lead pass. And he gets the bucket.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Washington trail. They set the pick. Pass to Monroe. Hughes. Hughes. Again, the Wizards good for 2. Now, here's Bogues. Back to Curry. Now, here's Wallace. Knocked away. Bogues with it. Now, Bogues. Weber pulls it in. Hughes. Hughes. Pass to Monroe. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. It's his first trip to the line. And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. The Wizards making a switch here. And so Monroe nails both of them.
Another trip to the stripe for him, and I tell you what, a little bit of a different feel here in the second quarter. A little more banging going on.
Now here is Davis. And Davis gets it to go. And here's Monroe. Here's King. Hughes. Pass to Monroe. Open jump shot off the mark. Right side Davis. Here's Gill. Back to Davis. Coleman. No good. Pass to Monroe. Shoots from the high post. Count that one. 6 points for him.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Here's Davis. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Here's King. There's the pick. Pass to Monroe. Here's King. From 15 feet away. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Davis with it. Back to Curry. Pass to Davis. And here is Wallace. Here's Gill. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Now Monroe. Hughes. A feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. 6 points for him.
He got off to a slow start. It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but he's turned it on here in the second.
And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. They get a hand on it. Pass to Davis. Now, here is Mourning. Hayes on him. Puts it up from 12. Mourning inside. He squares up and sinks it. The Wizards with the lead. All with it. He's got 5. Outside Arenas. Here's King. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Harry Johnson grabs the miss.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Now, here is Mourning. Pass to Jones. Davis. Sinks the triple. 7 points in the game.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Wizards making a change here. Here's Walker. He has 5. Pass to Mourning. Now Jones. Now here's Walker. Now here's Jones. And the 3-ball is good.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Now here's Wall. Now Hayes. Pass to Arenas. Outside, Wall. Now here's Butler. 6 on the shot clock. No problems knocking that one down. He's got 10.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Here's Mourning. Hits the jump hook.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Here's Wall. They set the pick. Johnson over to help. Pass to Butler. It's picked off. And here's Walker. Outside, Walker. 5 to shoot. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
And we finished one half of basketball. The Bobcats. It's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. An exceptional performance from Alonzo Mourning. And here we go with Kemba Walker. Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. Takes a 3. That's good. He's got 10.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
Outside, Wall. Arenas. Back to Wall. Pass to Butler. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
Now here's Walker. Now Walker. Shot clock at 6. Now Johnson. The shot by Johnson, no good.
Defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Arenas with the bucket.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Jones with it. Mourning inside. Covered by Wall. Kicks it out to Jones. Takes the 13-footer. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
And the shot is good. 9 points in the game so far. And here we go with Kemba Walker. He's got 10. Kicks it out to Jones. Back to Walker. Eddie Jones on the wing. Clock at 6. Here's Weiss. No good on the triple.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
And here's Hayes. Back to Butler. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Here's Walker. For 3. Good. He's got 13. Time call here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. And here's Arenas. He's got 9. Hayes with it. Back to Arenas. Tipped away. It's stolen by Jones. Now here's... Pass to Morning. 6 on the shot clock. That's good. 13 points in the game. Washington trailing. Outside, Wall. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Hayes with it, and there's the turnover. Pass going out of bounds.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Now Walker. He's got 13. Pass to Johnson. And here's Walker. Now here is Morning. Unloads. Shot is blocked. Here's Arenas. Outside, Wall. Pass to Arenas. Back to Wall. Hayes. He tries for 3, but he gets it back. Walker with it. Back to Johnson. Hayes on him. With the fadeaway. Shot's good. Here's Arenas. 6-point game. Outside Butler. Off target from outside. Here comes Kemba Walker. Eddie Jones on the wing. Johnson outside. 6 to shoot. Lets it go with the 3. Rebound by the Wizards.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
Now, here's Morning. He's got 13. Pass to Jones. Here's Walker. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Price. Back to Jones. Here's Morning. Backs down. Jones, no luck. Unset. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Now Walker. And the Wizards making a change here. Pass to Jones. His 3-pointer's off the mark.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Outside, Wall. Now here's Beal. Back to Wall.
Well, he just didn't make the catch. Didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
And the Wizards making a change here. Walker with it. He's got 13. Pass to Jones. Now Morning. Beal with the steal. Arenas with it. Right side Arenas. Clock at 6. Pass to Beal. A 3-pointer is right on target. 8 points for him.
What are they thinking leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
And here's Jones. 9 points in the game so far. And he gets it to go. And Washington has possession. It's a three-point game. Here's Arenas. He's got 9. Hayes with it. Morning's there. 5 on the clock. Now here's Arenas. Offensive rebound. Unsell. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. And the Wizards making a change here.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't also mention his supreme shot blocking. And he doesn't do it softly. He comes up with emphatic denials.
Bogues with it. Can't hit. Now here's Beal. He's got 8. Now here's Hayes. Outside, Jamison. Unsell. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. He's got 8.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Pass to Walker. Now Brown. Brown outside. Walker with it. Shoots the 3. That's good.
This guy knows how to get it done. He knows what he's doing out there. A nice job from the three-point line this half.
Now Beal. Shot denied. Unsell. It's hauled in by Alonzo Mourning.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job. That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
And here's Hayes. Back to Arenas. Pass to Beal. No one near him. And that one's good. 10 points for him.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Now Bogues. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
And here's Hayes. He has 7. Pass to Arenas. The stupendous finish in traffic. He's got 11.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Here's Bogues. Here's Mourning. Hayes on him. Fade away. Here's Mourning. He's got 13.
You know, that's a problem he has. I mean, not being able to knock down that open jumper. I think it happens far too often.
Here's the break. And again, Muggsy Bogues. Arenas with it. He's got 11. Beal with it. Now here's Hayes. Unsell. And it's rejected. The third quarter comes to a close. The Bobcats leading by. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Back to Monroe. Here's King. Shot clock at 6. Here's King. That's good. Now here is Davis. Pass to Gill. Back to Davis. Fades back. Off the left rim and out.
Fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
It's stolen by Davis. They set the pick. Gill. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the jam.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Here's King. Pass to Arenas. Just 5 on the clock. Now, here is Monroe. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Now, Davis. Here's Gill. Back to Davis. Nails the 16-footer.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Back to Monroe. There's the pick. Off the screen. Perfect on the shot. Swishes it through.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Pass to Davis. Jumper off the screen. That's good on the jump shot. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And here is Monroe. Chenier. Back to Monroe. The 11-footer. And the Wizards getting another bucket right there. Davis with it. Pass to Gill. Warning with it. Here's Gill. Here's Gill. 6 on the shot clock. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Arenas. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's King. Monroe. Shot clock at 5. Back to Monroe. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Wallace. Now here is Davis. There's a good screen. Wallace outside. Back to Davis. Gill. Pass to Davis. Stolen by Monroe. Pushing it up. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Just a tiny lead for him.
Yeah, but a chance to make it grow here.
Outside Curry. Wallace. Now Mourning. Working on Hayes. Goes up. And Mourning with the real nice bucket inside.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Here's King. Pass to Arenas. Now, here is Monroe. 4 on the clock, and the call will be against Gerald Wallace. That is his first foul of the game. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Here's Wall. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Walker with it. Pass to Mourning. Walker with it. Six to shoot. Here's Rice. A terrific shot on the turnaround.
He hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but he's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here.
Outside Wall. And Washington again with the bucket. Now Walker. Pass to Jones. 4 on the shot clock. Knocked loose. One-on-one here. Now here's Wall. And it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. And the Wizards making a change here. Hayes with it. Pass to Arenas. Hayes with it. Back to Arenas. Right side Arenas. Wall. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Now here's Walker. Now Mourning. And here's Walker. Mourning with it. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Johnson. And the ball ends up out of bounds. They set the screen. Here's Jones. Hits it from three-point range.
He had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
Washington trailing. And here's Arenas. Here's Wall. Again, the Wizards score.
He's flipped the script here in this half, shooting a much higher percentage from the field.
Here's Walker. Pass to Mourning. Washington with the rebound. All with it. Outside Arenas. To tie it up. Shot is no good. Here's Jones. There's a screen. That's blocked. Here's Wall. And the shot falls short this time. Here comes Jones. And it's good from the elbow.
Definitely doing his part because he's made his share of clutch buckets here in the fourth.
Here's Arenas. Back to Butler. Pass to Wall. Cans it from downtown. Now here's Jones. Right side to Walker. Right side to Walker. Back to Jones. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Arenas. Back to Butler. And again, Washington with the triple. Look at John Wall. Here's Walker. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
The Wizards with the lead. Outside, Wall. And he gets it to go.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Johnson outside. Back to Walker. They can't stop the run with that one.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Outside Arenas. Wall. Clock at 6. Pass to Buck. The tray. No good. Now Mourning. Now here's Walker. Rice. Here's Rice. And he uses the glass on the layup.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Now Arenas. Now Hayes. Unset. And that one's good. And here's Walker. It's stolen by Wall. And here's the fast break. Makes the lead pass. Shot's good from Butler.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Outside, Walker. Johnson up top. Morning. And so they choose to intentionally foul. It's stolen by Jones.
That was really a gift there. A nice steal, but probably a pass that shouldn't have been made in the first place.
And here's Wall. His free throw is good, and that... And so he drops them both.
That was a critical trip to the stripe. They have a 2-possession lead now.
Seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Ice sinks it, and that shot brings them to within just one.
The defense got butterflies the second that shot went up because they know he typically delivers in the clutch.
That's the first, Nick. And he hits both free throws here. So now it...
Absolutely massive free throw. That'll force them into a three-point attempt.
Guys, what's your take? Up top, Walker. Johnson right side. Johnson right side. Money! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one. And an intentional foul there stops the clock. Good on the first, and that... good, and both at the line, and Walker with it, pass to Jones, to tie it up, can't knock in the three, and now they foul and stop the clock. So the first one drops, and that... And so both free throws are good.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys.
And so it's the Gilbert Arenas.